Okay. Till now, we discussed about the different tools: HDFS, MapReduce, Hive, Pig, and the Scoop Flume. So we have discussed different tools, and each tool having the different purpose we will use. So today we'll see how one real-time example, how we can get the data from the Twitter's website, and how we can load into HDFS, how we can analyze the data with the Hive. Analyzing with the data with Hive means we will write the queries. So these are the steps we are going to do for the analyzing the data. So first we need to get the data from the Twitter website. So for that, Twitter is providing the one API called Twitter 4J. So for that they will provide the one Twitter source. So I will show what is that source name. For getting the Twitter website log, website tweets. So we will get the tweets from the Twitter and we will load into HDFS. So for getting the Twitter website, we need the some API keys. So how we generate that API keys means we need to go for the our Twitter account and we need to insert the API keys. So what are that keys? I will provide you. I already have that keys. So by using that keys, you can get some sample data, and we can analyze the we can analyze some sample things we can analyze. So I will show the what are the things we are going to. I will show. So first step is we need to get the data from the uh, we need to get the tweets from the Twitter website by using the Twitter source. So once we got the tweets, we need to load into HDFS. We need to load to HDFS for uh, we need to load any HDFS path. We need to load. For that, we are going to use memory channel. Once if we load into HDFS, then we need to analyze the whatever the data we loaded into HDFS. We need to analyze with the Hive queries. So HDFS, how the data it will be there means the data it will be in JSON format. So JSON format means it will be in key value pairs. It will I think mostly it will have a lot of fields, mostly 40 to 50 fields I think. So a lot of fields will be there. So all the fields it will be in JSON format. So I will show how the data it will be there. So that data we need to analyze with the Hive. So generally if we have the comma separated, directly we can analyze the data with the by using delimiter using comma. So if it is data in different format, we need to write the setD. So for this use case, so we are going to use the JSON setD. So I will tell you how we can load that JSON setD and how we will use. I will show that one also. So this is the flow how we are going to load the data and how we are going to analyze the data. For that, I'm going to use two jar files. One jar is for the Flume source, Twitter source. One jar is for the Hive JSON setD. So I will tell you why we are using these two. Okay. Before going to that one, I will tell what are the steps we need to do. So first we need to load that jar file, Flume source, snapshot jar. This jar file for the uh, specifying the what is the Twitter source. For that whatever the jars needed for the Twitter source, we will be all the Java classes will be there in this jar file. So either we need to set this class path in the this class path file in the flume env.sh, or we need to load the simply load the this jar file to lib folder of the flume. That is the first step. So then we need to get the Twitter keys. So we need to get the Twitter keys from the website. We need to get, okay, and we need to create the flume.config. So wherever the flume.config is there, so wherever the flume is there, so in conf folder we need to create the like flume.config. Our previous classes we saw like env properties, exe.properties, like that we have created the file. So we can create with the .config or .properties. We can create. So in this flume.config only we need to specify the what is the source channel sync we need to specify. Okay, if you have the access about the Twitter, if you have the account in the Twitter, so we can get the API keys. So first step is in our flow. First step is the how we need to load the jar file. Next step is we need to get the Twitter API keys. So how we are getting the Twitter API keys, I will tell. If you go to Google and if you search for the Twitter API keys, you'll get the one page called apps.twitter.com. So then automatically whatever the applications are there, so we'll get that one. So here I already created one Flume sample application. So for that we will have the consumer API key, secret API key. So these keys we need to place in the in the flume.conf folder into system. I will tell where we need to place all these keys. So if you want to access Flume Twitter API, so we need to create one sample application and we need to then we'll get the keys. So those keys we need to place into flume.config. We need to place. So these are the first two steps. First step is we need to load this jar file in any place, and then we need to get the Twitter APIs. Then we need to create one folder flume.conf. So in this flume.conf, what we need to do is we need to specify what is the source. This is the agent name. Previous classes we given sample. So here I am giving the agent as a Twitter agent. Source, we need to specify source, channel, sync. Source is the Twitter. So coming to here, these are all the source related parameters. So first I need to specify this name, class name, com.cloudera.flume.source. So this is the class I am going to use. So this class where it will be there means this class will be in the jar file. So that's why only we are loading the jar file. So once we loaded that jar file to lib folder, then we can access this class file. So that's why only we loaded the jar file. So directly if you given this source type as a Twitter source, then we can able to access the Twitter data. So then I am configured channel as a mem channel. So this is the mem channel. Then what are the keys we are we have seen in the Twitter API keys. So these are the keys. So these keys: consumer key, consumer secret, access token secret. So all these keys we need to load. We need to specify here. So then only we can able to access the Twitter website. So like this we can this is the one way how we can get the Twitter data. So like this we can able to from Facebook also, like the Facebook have Facebook API. So we like this we can get the for practicing we can get the data from the different website also. We can get the data and we can practice. So this is how we can for getting the data. We need to specify the oh, Twitter source, type as a this one Twitter source type, and we need to get the keys from the website. This is we need to specify in the Twitter agent source. Then coming to HDFS, so HDFS type is the HDFS, and channel is the memory channel, and path I'm going to set into user Flume tweets. So like this, we need to set the any path we need to set. Whatever the HDFS path, we need to load the all the tweets. Then we need to specify the corresponding path. So in our VM, here we need to specify the master host name and the port number. In our VM, these two are we need to change. Then I'm going to set the batch size, roll count, all these things we need to set in the sync. Coming to memory, we have specified as a memory channel as a memory, and capacity also we can give how much capacity we need to store, and transaction capacity. So these are the things we need to configure in the flume.configure. So then simply what it will do means, so whatever the time period or whatever the batch size is there, based on that one, it will keep on connected to the Twitter and it will fetch the data. So what information it will give means, so if you connect it to that application, so it will try to fetch the some dummy information for practicing. So daily it will give only some sample amount of data only it will give. So if you want more data, we need to purchase production keys from the Twitter. So if you want to access more data, so this is for just for sample and testing purpose. So directly they will give some sample dummy data. We can access that data and we can practice whatever we want to analyze, we can do it. So if you want to get more in real time, if you want to do it means, we need to purchase keys from the real keys from the Twitter website for accessing the real large amount of data. Okay, we will try to copy all these files to the VM and we will try to practice that one. So for that, first I need to load these two jar files. So if you want to load the jar files into VM, so from currently these two jars are in my local machine. So if I want to load into VM, first I need to load the jar files to my local my VM machine. So for that, first I need to take the IP address of this machine. So then we have I think I already explained about this tool, WinSCP or any tool to connect to that machine. So simply whatever the jars if you want to move, so simply I'm connecting to that machine. So this IP, whatever IP we are seeing here, that IP I have connected. So here I'm loading the jar file to home training hd_workspace. Here I have loaded these two files, jar files. Then I have copied to currently we have the Flume in the home training. This path I already so this path I already showed. So this is the path, Flume path. So here I need to copy the jar file to lib folder. So I already copied. So this is the jar file we are seeing till now. So this jar file I copied to lib folder of the Flume. So that is the first step. So then one way is the copying the lib folder to Flume, copying the jar file to Flume lib folder. or otherwise we need to set in the flume env.sh. So otherwise we need to set the flume.class path. So whatever the path is there, we need to set like this. So any of the way we can do it. So we can copy the lib folder to Flume, copy the jar file to Flume lib, or we can set the Flume class path in the flume env.sh. Okay, once you copy it, you can directly go to the you can create one file, flume.conf. I already created this file. So in conf folder, we need to specify the whatever the Twitter source channel sync, all these things we need to set. So these keys, whatever the keys we will get from the Twitter website, so those keys we need to apply. Then I need to specify the HDFS sync path. So I'm going to change it to its one. So here, whatever the path if you want, we can write into this tweets on whatever the HDFS path we can write into. So and we need to set the other parameters. So once you configured source, channel and sync, so we can run the agent. We can run agent. So if you want to run the agent, so in bin folder we'll have the flume ng. This one we need to start. This flume agent. If you want to start, this is the command flume-ng space agent start, and we need to specify the wherever the configuration file is there. So we need to specify that configuration file, and we need to specify the agent name. So in our conf folder, flume.conf folder, we specified the agent as a Twitter agent. So that's why whatever the agent we are specifying. So this agent, this is the agent name. This agent name here we need to specify. So once if we started, so it will try to connect it to that website, and keep on it will connect and it will try to get the data. So we'll go here and we'll see. So like this, it will get the data. So it will keep on will connect it to that Flume website, and it will fetch the data. So whatever the data is there, this data is in the, if you observe this one, this is the JSON format. So it will have the each data in the key value pair, comma separated, key value reiterator, and language English, and timestamps, and we will have the lot of fields. We will see what are the fields are there. So all these file, all these data, it will be in JSON format. JSON nothing but key value pairs. So this data, if you want to analyze, we need to use the in Hive we need to use the setD. It will keep on, it will run, and it will write the data to the Flume. So it will keep on, will connect it to that website, and it will get some tweets about the different things it will. So like this, we'll get the lot of data from the Twitter. So if we given big size, so it will write the data after reaching some amount of data, then only it will write the new file. So now I'm going to stop the current thing, and I will try to I'm going to change the this settings. I'm going to change all these configurations. So then we will check batch size and roll count, and the capacity I will change it, and we will run again. So if you want to, if you change these settings, you will get the more files with the less size. If you specify the large batch size and roll count, so then we will get the big files. So that's why Flume.1, it is first file is small file. For second file, uh, it takes a lot of time to get the create the Flume.2 file. So why it is means, so if you give the more size, if you say 1,000 lines and 10,000 lines, up to that reaching that lines, it won't write. It will be keep in the memory. So then it will write to the HDFS. So like this, if you want, we can change those parameters. We can change. So I'm going to run. I have changed the parameters, and I'm going to run again. So it will keep on. It will run. So here I have changed the path to tweets to. Okay. I think this error maybe 1 minute. We'll check. I think here we have some errors. Okay, this is the Twitter agent. Okay, 10 seconds. So I think by mistake, that's why only we are getting error. So it is telling HDFS path is required. So for all things, so we need to specify the this Twitter agent. We need to provide the agent name as a Twitter agent. So I think this is typing mistake. Okay, once you change the configuration, we can run it. Okay, then we will see. Okay, it have created one more folder, tweets to. It is trying to copy data. So all these data is the Twitter data. So it is trying to fetch the all this JSON data, and it will try to connect load into HDFS. So like this, we will get the file. So once we reach the parameters limits, so it will try to keep on writing data for the new file. Like that, it will this. whatever the Flume source we started, so it will keep on fetch the data, and it will try to create the new folder. Once it reaches that limit, whatever the limit we are specifying, maybe record counts or maybe time limit. So if you want, we can give time interval also for every 5 minutes or 10 minutes if you want. So it will keep on, it will read, so it will fetch the data to the HDFS, it will fetch the data. Once if you are reached the if you have data in HDFS, so next we will see the how we can fetch the how we can load that data and how we can analyze the data. We'll see. So till now by using Flume, so we have loaded the Twitter data into the HDFS. So then I'm going to create Hive table and I'm going to analyze the data. So for that I'm specifying the one, I'm using one setD called JSON setD. So that setD name is, this is the setD name, JSON setD. So where this setD class will be there means it will be in the this Hive setD jar file. So whatever the jar file I have specified here, that jar file we need to load into Hive. So for that we need to use this add jar and this thing. We need to load that jar file. So once you loaded that jar file, then we will get the JSON setD. So this JSON, by using this JSON setD, whatever the data is in JSON format, we can read. So these are all the fields in the that JSON. So this is the ID, created it, source, read it, user related details, user screen name. Twitter will have the screen name and name also will be there, and followers count. So these are the different details from the that data. So how we can get whatever the fields we want from the that JSON data. So that thing for that we need to JSON setD. JSON setD what will do means, so whatever the data is in JSON format, so that JSON data it will read and it will be corresponding fields, it will be fetch the data, corresponding fields it will fetch the data. So if you want to analyze the data, first we need to create the table with these fields and we need to specify the setD. And here if you observe, we are not going to load the data into this table. Simply we are going to point the whatever the wherever the data we loaded in HDFS, that path we need to specify. So here I am going to specify user Srinu Flume. I think this is the path we'll go. So like this we'll get the, if you keep on running the application, so we'll get the data. So I'm going to give this path to the Hive table. So external table means we are not going to load the feeds. Simply whatever the data we loaded into HDFS, that path simply we are connecting instead of again loading the data. So first I will it will keep on, it will run and it will fetch the data. Once you started the agent, it will keep on run the and it will fetch the data. We'll try to connect it. So in Hive prompt, I'm going to, this path is, this is not correct path. So I will change this path. Okay, in this path we have the two jar files, pwd. So in home training workspace, we have the jar file. I'm going to change the path. So the jar file I'm going to load. So the jar file is added. Then I'm going to create the so these are the fields I'm going to specify. Okay. Table is created. It simply points to the whatever data we are reading. So this tweets to it is pointed this Hive table. So table. So this tweets table only we have. So now I'm going to simply print some data. Select star from field limit 3 I will give. So whatever the data is there, so like this, so it will first ID, then whatever the here we can see first is the ID, then created it, source, favorited, read it count. So this is all about the different fields information. So like this, whatever the data is there in this HDFS, if you want to fetch the data corresponding to that one, so whatever the data is there in this each field, each record will have the data as a key value pairs. This key value pairs, it is this IDs, whatever the IDs we are specifying. So those IDs, it will corresponding these fields, it will fetch the data. I will try to fetch the some data. So instead of fetching the all the data, I will try to fetch the so I'm going to fetch some screen name of the different users. So automatically, if you try to that one, then it will try to convert as a MapReduce job, and it will fetch the whatever the data we want. So like this. So whatever the data is there, so you can like this we can get whatever data you want. So just I will go through this name I will try for the in the Twitter website. These are the whatever the data is there. So you can check if you can go to the Twitter website and we can check the data whether it is exist or not. So this is that name, whatever the thing is there. So doctor train. This is the user. This is the screen name. So these are all the 10, 20 screen names. I got it from that thing. So this is the so how we can get the different data. So if you want to get the screen name, if you want to get the follower counts, we can get the follower count also. Now we'll try to get the screen name and each person's screen name I will get. So what are this query what it will give means what are the popular followers are there. So from our data, so I'm going to display their name, screen name, and then I'm going to give the followers count. So we'll try to run it. So like this, whatever the data we want, we can you can analyze the data by using different queries. We can analyze. So this data, it will come, keep on, we'll get the data, if you observe. So if we run the keep on, so we'll get the data. So that data we can analyze. This flume.config, it will keep on run and it will fetch the data. Whenever if we want, we can connect to that external source, can fetch the data. So these are the top 10, I think, for this uh, Twitter user. So it has this much of follower counts. So 2,65,532. We'll go to Twitter and we'll search for that one. Okay, this is the page link. So whatever we are searching for. So if you observe here, whatever the follower count is, so 265K. That means this is the count. So total count. So we will check for any less count, then we will get the exact count. We are getting the correct count or not. So I'm going to search for another name. So this is the you can check whether we are getting correct count or not. So here also we have the 10.3K. So 10,000 10.3K. This is the correct count we are getting. So like this. So this is we can validate whether we are getting the correct data from the Twitter. If you want, we can validate this followers count. Similar way, if you want, we can get the following count also. If you want, we can get following, favorites, and whatever the information or Twitter information if you want, we can get. Okay. Similar way, we can get the we can.
So now we are loading dynamically, right? Then we use a thread option like this.
Okay, similar way we can do it for the other followers count, and we can do it the other things also. We can do. Whatever the data if you want, we can user.screen name, user.friends underscore count. So whatever the information, we can analyze the data. So like this, we got the friends count for the each user. So what are the top is there. Okay, similar way. So if you want to get whatever the information you want, so we can get the if you want to get the friends count, you can get the data. So if you want to get any favorites information, so like that, if you want to get whatever the information you want, so we can get all we can analyze whatever the data we can, if you want, we can analyze. So this is the flow how we can get the data from the Twitter website, and how you can analyze the by using the Hive. So this is one real-time example how we can fetch the data from the continuous data. So we can analyze. So like this, we can analyze the different files, like not only text file, we can analyze the JSON data. If you want, we can analyze the other files also, we can analyze. So like a similar way, if you want to, we are getting the keep on, we are getting the some logs data. So I think while explaining the Flume, I have shown the log example. So similar like this way, we can analyze the whatever the data if we want, we need to specify the source, then we need to specify the channel, and whatever the sync we want. If we want to write to HDFS, we can write to HDFS, and that data we can analyze with the Hive. If you want this data, we can analyze with the pig also, we can do it, but by using the Hive, it will be very easy for the uh, writing queries and analyzing the data. So this is one real-time example. So in real-time also like this, we will get the data and we will analyze by using the whatever the queries, whatever the data we want to analyze. So corresponding that, we will write the Hive queries and we will analyze the data. So this is the thing. So while running, if you are getting any error, so you can execute this command. Maybe sometimes because of time issue, so we are getting error. So while running, if you are getting any errors, so you can before going to run this Flume example, switch as a root user and try to execute this sudo this command. You can execute. If you want more things about this thing, so you can go through this link. I'll provide this link, and mail also I will provide this link. So go through this link. So here you will have the how you can fetch the Twitter keys and everything. Each step will be there. So you can go through this link. So you will have the each step. So how you can do it. Okay, this is the one real-time example. So similarly, we can, if you want to analyze, we can analyze the logs data. Twitter, Facebook also, we can get by using Facebook API, we can get the data and we can analyze. So we need to check whether which format the data is there. So corresponding to, we need to create the Hive class and we need to analyze the data. Okay, thank you all. I hope you got some idea about the how you can do it in real time. So tomorrow we'll go through other example. Tomorrow we'll go through Cloudera. So and after discussing Cloudera and nodes distributions, we'll see some other real time examples. Like I will show some other different scenarios, use cases, or what we'll do with the Hadoop. Okay, thank you all.